This is Irontrader. This is the last call of the day. So we'll take a look here at Bitcoin, at crude oil, and at natural gas. But first of all, we're going to look at a Mediterranean restaurant, CAVA, C-A-V-A. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude oil and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, selling stock commodity ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have CAVA. Okay, now this is like a Chipotle, except this is like a Mediterranean menu, and it's all fresh. They make everything real fresh. Everything's all really good ingredients, and that's what they specialize in here. Now this company has not been around that long, publicly traded, I should say. And then, but what they do is they're starting to build out really good. So this is something that you want to buy ahead of earnings, because you can see what happened last time with the earnings. It ran right up there very nicely. Okay, so let's just take a look here at the chart. Well. Okay, first of all here, what we have is, you can see here we put this double bottom situation in here, okay? So we hit a low there of 110.59, and then we come down here, we made a low of 109.23. You have a double bottom, and she's been running up ever since. Now the price there is above this 8-day, which is always good, and it's above that 21-day, okay? So let's look at the downside here first, okay? So this is your support level, is going to be that 116.37. There's your 21-day. Then we want to look at that 8-day at 114.80. Then we look at yesterday's low here, okay? You're looking at 113.31, and then we have your big retest, obviously, here. Let's see, at 109.23 level, okay? Now here, on the upside here, you can see how this is rallying up here very nicely. So this is the area that we're going to be looking for, okay? So you're looking at 119.85, and then we'll look to the top of this candle here at 120.77, okay? Now, if it keeps right on rising here, we're going to look right here at the top of this candle at 125.34. Then we're going to look at this price channel here at 127.005 level, which is basically right up in here, right there, okay? So this is what you're looking for here. Now, again, if you can get rally up here, you got Hondo up there at 128.40 you want, and then we got the 50-day at 130.10 level here. But when you look at this overall chart here, this, you can see here how it really had a really nice rally up here, where it ran up into that earnings very nice, and then it kind of backed right on off here, a little sell signal. But now you can see what we have here is a low, a higher low, and a higher low situation. So this is actually looking very good. Okay, so we look at the weekly chart. You can see here we have sideways action. Your 8-day did cross over your 21-day, so you got to be a little bit careful up there. But that's what you're looking for as a resistance here, is that 124.68. And then we have your 21-day at 128.53 level, right above that, okay? Now, again, if it just falls off the face of the earth here, you're looking at about 98.69. But I think this is a good a trade here going forward, kind of a situation here, because I think this, like with the last time in here, it just ran up very nicely after it IPO'd and went right into that 172.43 level. Now you're sitting down at 117. So if this retraces back anywhere near that, you have a lot of good upside here on the CAVA. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin, your daily chart. Now, everything is pretty much right here for you, okay? Now, when you look at this pattern here, I've been pointing this out here. See how this nice W pattern is? Okay, and then we have to look at right here. This is your neckline, okay? So once we break above that neckline, say you close back above here of this 103.685. There's a lot of them right here, okay? That was 103.565. And then right here, this is what you're always watching here on a closing basis, is 103.190. Okay, so when you break above all this here, this neckline, because it carries all the way through, then you got a good shot at that running right up to that 108.960 there very nicely. Now, you can see here today here, we had this, it's kind of like an indecision candle going on, but we made a higher high than we had yesterday. We had 101.425. Yesterday, we had this high of 101.240 level, okay? So that's actually very nice. And then when it sold on here, you notice that we went through the 21-day, but it held that 8-day very nice, okay? So downside, what you really want to watch here is this 97.995. Okay, and then we want to watch this 8-day and 97.633 level. Okay, so on your next level up here, we obviously want to look at today's high. That's at 101.425 level. And then what we do is we can come right up here to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 102.605. Then we're going to come on top of this candle here at 103.190. And then here's your recent high at 103.685 level. So realistically, what you want to do, this was actually really good trading today in the IBIT, okay? So you traded all the way down to 55.30, and you got as high as 57.13. So now you're sitting at 56.86. So this was actually a good trade. I scalped it twice. I got a point out of it. I'm trading 5,000 shares. So this is actually a really good trader here. It is a IBIT, and the same way with Bitcoin. Now, I haven't been trading this that long, maybe about 4 or 5 weeks here, because I'm an oil, natural gas guy, and technology kind of guy. But this is really sparking my interest now. When a T-man comes in here, he's going to point that crypto czar, and I think this is going to be really in play here going forward. Okay, the key is here is just watch this neckline right here. Once you crack above it here, then we're going to have a nice good shot at all these targets up here. That 105 area. Okay, you got that 106 area, then that 108 area. Crack that, you go 110, 115, possibly 1F17 level there very, very nicely. Now, you can see here the green is still below your red, but let's try to work it like a circus monkey, trying to get it back up here. We got to see if it still does. And then we have your only 56 here on your RSI, so that is plenty of room to run here, okay? So on the downside, just watch this on a closing basis, that 21-day and that 8-day. If that's lost here, you're going to come right down to that 50-day, okay? But realistically, this is still looking very, very bullish here kind of situation. Let's see how she shakes out. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have Yo Krudski here now. Now you can see here we just have this sideways action kind of situation, and we're holding this 8-day. Yes, did it make a lower low? Yes, it did for 3 days. Okay, lower low here, lower low, and lower low. Yes, it did. But we're holding this 8-day. Okay, so do we have this what we call just a sideways action, just pretty much like we had here. So you can't get excited here until you close below that 8-day. Okay, so this is going to be key support. Watch that 76.63. That's very, very key. And then that 75.35. Now I did a short on this here today. And actually, that was a really good trade there on the FCO here. Okay, so that worked out very, very nicely here so far. So right now, I am out of it because I don't know. We have to see when those futures open here because we have this sideways action. We're not losing this here, this 76.63 here level. So basically, right now, I'm just trading this both ways here, just like I do with the old natural gas here. But right now, I should say, because right now, until you lose that 8-day, then it can go short all the way down here and maybe down to the 21-day. But right now, we just have this sideways action where it's holding in extremely, extremely tough. Okay, so on the crude here today, we hit a 79.21. What we're looking for is the top of this candle here at 79.27. Now, again, if that can rally up here, then we're going to head for that 80.77 level here. Okay, now again, if we just say this, this had maybe a couple of days here where we're getting towards that 8-day and it starts breaking up here, then what you want to do is just look right to the left of the chart here. Your next upside is going to be that 81.34, and then we have 82.27, and this is your next upside target is at 83.10. Bring that price channel right across. Then the next price channel come right across here, 83.74, and then your big retest up there at 84.52. Okay, that's where we could possibly go. Obviously, you have big targets up here all the way to 87.67 level here. But let's just take, trade the charts and let that tell us what we want to do. So basically, yesterday we had that nice green candle, and then today we came off down there, but we're holding that 8-day. So just watch that 8-day on a closing basis and watch that 200-day. That's going to be key. As long as you're staying above that 8-day, this is going to go sideways, to up situation. Now, we got into a little bit of nosebleed situation here, so you keep coming off here, but that doesn't mean that it can't go right back up here again, okay? Your green is over your red, and we basically just have sideways action just like we had here. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, it actually was a really good trade there today. I scalped some KOLD, and then it kind of hold it there, so I jumped right into UNG, and I'm still long the UNG right now because we're rallying up here very, very nicely. So what we did is we put in a higher high and a higher low situation. You can see here all the way up and how that 8 days following it all the way up. And what we have here is we got as high as 4.29, and this is what we're going to be looking for next here is this 4.36 level, okay? So that's what it is. Now, again, if we break out above that, that's why I put on the weekly here, okay? So all we do is look to the left of the chart here, okay? So your next target here, we look to the bottom of this candle. There's your 4.38 level. And then we have up here, you have a 4.39 level. Then what we can do is we can just look right to the left of the chart here, okay? So you got 4.45, okay, you got there, and you got roughly 5, which lines up very, very nicely here with this candle here. So this is the target that we're looking for if it keeps right on rallying, is that 4.75 level. And then we can come to the bottom of the candle at 4.90, okay? So that's what you're looking for. Then obviously you'll be heading towards that 5 mark. But right now here we're looking pretty pretty good. Now, the key also you want to do, as long as it's holding, see this 200-day, 3.88. Now, we're above that, and you can see how nicely, let me see if I can bigger up here for you. Okay, see how nicely it's holding that 8-day on a weekly basis. Look how many weeks this is holding it very, very nicely. That's shows a lot of strength here going on. And just remember, when T-Man gets into here, and that's only going to be on Monday, he's all for the old LNG. He's going to get all those pipelines right back up. I think there was 11 or 13 pipelines. He's going to get those back in progress here. He's going to start shipping LNG. So everything that we had in the past, the last 4 years, is gone, done. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Okay, so just look at going in the future, and that's how you have to trade going forward. What the new guy likes. Okay, who's ever in office is what you have to do. Trade against. All that old policy, he's going to erase everything he did in one day. Okay, so just always remember that. Now, we have a really good candle here today. So what we want to do, if it sells right on down, we want to look, obviously, to this 420 area. That's going to be your support level going on there. And then we look to today's high. You got 4.14. And then we look to yesterday's high. You're looking at that 4.05. And then we have this right here, all this 401 level here that we're holding very, very nicely. Now, today's low, we came right down to support at that 401. Okay, so that's what told me here to get take off the short and get into that long position, because we're holding that 401 level. That's very, very key. Now, if that is lost, then we have this 3.89. That's your 8-day. And then we have that 3.70 right below it. That's your 21-day. But right now, this is very, very bullish chart, bottom left, upper right. I think she probably is going to break right out of that channel right there. What you're looking at is that 4.36 level, which is basically right here. So when you look at the bottom of this candle here, you got a 4.37, we got 4.39. So that's basically where you're sitting right there, okay? But next level is going to be that 4.45, and then we can come all the way up here to that 4.7, okay? And then we come down to that, up to that 4.90 very, very nicely here, okay? So just keep in mind here, this is still, I trade this every day, but I say I don't know how other people trade, but I can get in and on any trade in probably about 10 seconds, okay? So I just snapped out of that and I snapped right back into that long position. But if you're just a long trader kind of a situation, I just wait until this, take the wait to get the long. As long as it holds that 401 like we did, then you can just take the long and you can take it right on up here. And now we got to see if what reaction is going to be when it comes up to that 4.36. Is it going to break through, or is it going to, kind of like a double top situation and come down? So we'll have to see how that all shakes out. But for me, I'm trading it. I'm still holding the UNG long, but I'm going to wait here until probably after hours and decide if I'm going to close it out or if I'm just going to hold the long. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. Remember, it's Friday. Got rig count there at 1 p.m. So yeah, this is a really, really fast week. And remember, now the market is closed on Monday because of the MLK Day and the old Trump inauguration going on here. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.